Coming up, Loyola, along with 41 other universities, are being accused of enticing low-income families with hefty loans.
Plus, some sweeter news about upcoming Girl Scout cookie sales. I'm Marisa Wilson.
And I'm Birchard Allen.
All this and so much more on Rambler Roundup.
Fear has reshaped daily lives in parts of Chicago. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, better known as ICE, have been a consistent threat to the city's neighborhoods. Reporter Gloff had the chance to speak with the Rogers Park residents about ICE lingering impacts.
Last fall, ICE agents were deployed to Chicago for Operation Midway Blitz and raided neighborhoods across the city looking to detain undocumented immigrants. Instead, community members say Chicagoans were detained unjustly and in some cases violently. In fact, Border Control Commander Gregory Bavino told a reporter some people were arrested based partly on, quote, how they look, end quote. Bill Morton is the founder of the Rogers Park Chamber of Commerce and moderates the Rogers Park News Facebook group that closely followed and alerted residents to ICE activity in the neighborhood. Morton says he watched the blitz very closely and feels these raids were precisely targeted.
Well, I do believe that they're targeting more diverse neighborhoods with people who are more likely to, have an immigrant population in particular.
Neighborhoods like Little Village and Pilsen were heavily targeted as well, seemingly because there is a large immigrant population in these areas. Chicago's cultural neighborhoods like Chinatown, Little Italy, and Little India were built by immigrants and are integral to the foundation of Chicago. As Morton says, Chicago is a sanctuary city and thus poses as a target for ICE agents. But what does this mean for the future of culturally diverse communities such as Rogers Park?
Rogers Park is one of the top 5 communities in the city of Chicago or in our area that are at risk. Father gets caught up and is gone. That's a risk. That's what I'm talking about. More importantly than economic, we could fix economic, but if you separate a family, that's it.
Neighborhoods like Little Village are much quieter than they once were. Businesses are in fear of closing, children are out of schools, and the streets are nearly empty. Neighborhoods once known for their vibrancy were dimmed by the raids and pose a real threat to Chicago as a sanctuary city of 77 neighborhoods. A Little Village resident who wishes to stay anonymous says his community still isn't the same.
You could tell for sure, businesses slowing down, you come into a business like this and you see it's empty throughout the day, or from my personal experience, people around my family, tend to stay home or don't go out to work or because of the fear.
Operation Midway Blitz has cooled down in Chicago for now, but ICE has not left the city completely. As people begin to cautiously return to the streets, the looming threat of a return is tangible. While the communities like Rogers Park News are working to be prepared for ICE's return, Morton says the goal is to survive, not thrive. He is optimistic the community will continue to resist unjust deportations and violence, but fears the cultural diversity of Rogers Park and other neighborhoods will continue to be a target for ICE agents and may pose an uncertain future for the survival of these vibrant communities. For Rambler Roundup, I'm Gloff.
On February 17th, Reverend Jesse Jackson passed away. Jackson was an activist, public speaker, and trailblazer. After Martin Luther King Jr.'s assassination, Jackson picked up the torch, working towards what he called a rainbow coalition of the poor and working class of America, striving for a better nation. He was a moral and political beacon and was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom by Bill Clinton in 2000. During his scholastic career, Jackson attended the University of Illinois and earned his Master of Divinity degree from Chicago Theological Ceremony. He founded Chicago's Rainbow Push Coalition in 1960s. His mission and passion made an undeniable mark on Chicago. The Rainbow Push Coalition is hosting several celebrations of Reverend Jackson over the next 2 weeks. For more information, visit jessejacksonlegacy.com.
Wow, Jackson left behind a great legacy.
He sure did. He left a lasting impact on the civil rights movement. You might have seen some of your classmates rocking ashes on their foreheads last week, but Lent isn't the only religious holiday to be mindful of. This month, our Muslim friends are practicing Ramadan. We have Arianna Spruille here, live in the newsroom. Arianna, how is Loyola facilitating student practice on campus?
Hey Marisa, celebrations for Ramadan have been happening for the past week and Loyola has had a big part. From dusk till dawn, Loyola's Muslim Student Alliance will have plenty of opportunities where observing students can come together for the holy month of Ramadan.
Ramadan is a month of reflection, and by fasting, we truly get to appreciate all the blessings we have around us.
The Turkish Student Association, one of Loyola's Muslim student organizations, will be celebrating Ramadan on campus through gatherings, fastings, and religious services.
Having these iftars, I feel like brings the Muslim community closer, and not only Muslim community, but people that want to just come to iftars and learn about Islam. So I think it's very beautiful.
Students gathered in McCormick Lounge to open their iftar with a delicious traditional Turkish meal from Antepli Mediterranean Grill. In addition to the meal, they discussed traditional Istanbul iftar practices and fostered community and cultural connection. Despite being a private Catholic university, Loyola's campus ministry welcomes all students, faculty, and staff regardless of faith.
Even though this is like a primarily Jesuit institution, I think like a lot of our beliefs align. I think that's what's most important, is that a lot of our beliefs align, and you still kind of feel the sense of like our values are very similar.
And we have our prayer room, so whenever we feel like we're not connected to God, we can always go there and pray. So it's helped me a lot to be able to go there, talk to people from my religion, and also come together as a community.
Observers are fasting from sunrise to sundown to celebrate the revelation of the first verses of the Quran to the Prophet Muhammad over 1,400 years ago. Until the end of Ramadan on March 19th, MLSA will continue to partner with various organizations to host daily iftar. For Rambler Roundup, I'm Arianna Spruille.
Thank you so much, Arianna. It's so great hearing how our university celebrates different religious holidays.
I love it. It truly shows how diverse our community is. We'll have more coming up right after this message.
Netflix and chill.
Don't let your Netflix and chill become Netflix and spill.
Idiot.
Be smart.
College is a big commitment and often comes with an even bigger bill. A new report accuses Loyola of luring lower-income families to take out larger loans. Aaliyah Solano is live from the newsroom. Aaliyah, update us on this situation.
Hey Marisa, I spoke with Loyola students and they were appalled by the findings. Loyola University Chicago was among 41 colleges named in a national report accusing the university of encouraging low-income families to take out large loans. The report found that students from low-income families who attended these universities left with approximately $30,000 in debt, exceeding most families' annual earnings. According to data, the average amount of PLUS loan debt for Loyola families was $46,000.
It's pretty ridiculous. I mean, I come from a low-income family, so I can kind of relate to it being a problem for a lot of people, so I understand that much.
The report comes in the aftermath of a Board of Trustees announcement declaring there would be a 4.4% tuition increase for the 2026-2027 academic school year, raising tuition to $56,930 a year. The rise in tuition just adds to the ongoing narrative from students and staff that the university is greedy.
I just think that college in general is just too much money. As someone who has also received scholarships, I do think that I do pay too much. I think that there's great education here. I love my classes and the life here, but I don't think that it's enough to pay that much amount of money.
For Rambler Roundup, I'm Aaliyah Solano.
Calling all Loyola dancers and sports fans. Chicago Sky fans may notice something new on the sidelines this season. On March 8th, the Sky will host the first round of auditions at Wintrust Arena. They're seeking skilled hip-hop and footwork dancers ages 17 and up to represent the brand on and off the court. The registration fee is $35. Loyola dance team member Nalani Stanzak emphasized the importance of this recognition has to the dance community.
Just bridging the gap between men's basketball, women's basketball, or just men's and women's sports in general, I think is really important to kind of appreciate both in the same way.
For more information, visit at Chicago Sky on Instagram.
Girl Scout cookie season is officially underway, and local troops are back outside grocery stores, train stations, and around the city selling their famous treats while building skills that go beyond the cookie box. From Thin Mints to Samoas, cookie booths are popping up as Girl Scouts take part in their biggest fundraiser of the year. But the cookie program is about more than just sweets. Members from Troop 25774 told us that cookie selling teaches them money management, public speaking skills, and sales skills that they can use for the rest of their lives. Cookie season runs until March 21st, with proceeds supporting troop activities, camps, and community service projects. What's your favorite Girl Scout cookie, Birch?
Mine has to be the chocolate chip mint cookie. Used to get those all the time as a kid. What about you?
I'm a tag-along girl through and through. We'll be back after this break.
The mission of Aaron's Farm is to rescue animals and educate through their stories. Now, we want to reach as many kids as we can through the animal stories, through their friendships, to show that they're like us. Back to when I was a kid, I was obsessed with animals and would have died to be taken to a show like this. Take a look at him. First of all, you'll notice that he's got sharp claws because he's climbing up on me and they're so sharp. I think this farm is different from other educational farms or places around because we're not like a petting zoo. It's a hands-on science class, which you're not getting in a petting zoo type environment.
There's a lot of cool animals and I like help animals.
I just think it's good that, first of all, animals that were in less than fair conditions have a place to come and live out the rest of their lives, and then you allow people, kids even, to come hang out with the animals.
Yeah.
They're also friendly, so it's very therapeutic in a sense as well.
When I see children come with dreams of being a marine biologist or a veterinarian or something like that, it's just, it lights the fire in me to keep going because my dream was to work with children and animals, and I was able to make that dream come true, and I want that for all these kids. I want their dreams to come true too.
Aaron's Farm, rescue, sanctuary, advocacy. To find out more about Aaron's Farm and how to schedule a visit, go to aaronsfarm.net or connect on Facebook at Aaron's Farm 1.
And we're back here with Joe Mangold, who's here to give us a recap of this year's Winter Olympics. So, Joe, was this Olympics to remember?
It sure was, Birch. Last weekend, we saw the conclusion of the 2026 Winter Olympics. Before we dive into how the United States did, I want to congratulate Norway for taking home the win. Now, the U.S. took second, and they looked incredible, gaining 12 gold medals, 12 silver, and 9 bronze for a total of 33. Despite the U.S. falling short of first overall, they dominated in many sports. Men did well, winning 12 medals, 4 of which were gold, but women absolutely dominated for the United States. The women won a total of 21 medals, 8 of which were gold, and the women alone won more medals than countries did as a whole. To add on to everything, the women's hockey team dominated. They scored 33 goals and only allowed 2. Megan Keller scored the game winner, beating Canada and taking home the gold.
Now Heisey, as Canada gets fresh skaters on the ice. The outlet pass for Keller, a defenseman. Nice move, cuts to the net, score! Megan Keller, the overtime hero, United States, wins gold in Milan!
Just incredible. And the men did not disappoint either. With a goal ratio of 26-9, the men also took gold as they won in overtime to Canada. Jack Hughes, who got his tooth chipped, would be the one to score the golden goal for the men.
United States with numbers. Blocked across it comes. Jack Hughes wins it. The golden goal for the United States. For the first time since the 1980 miracle.
Seriously, could it get any better than seeing both men and women dominate, especially over Canada?
Thanks, Joe. As a girl who can barely run a mile, it's incredible seeing these athletic feats.
Yeah, exactly. Seeing these athletes train for years, it's truly inspirational. Seeing them compete at the biggest stage of their career. So congratulations to all the American athletes who participated in the 2026 Winter Olympics.
And that wraps up this episode of Rambler Roundup. We'll see you guys after spring break.
To stay up to date, please be sure to follow us at Rambler Roundup on YouTube and Instagram.
I'm Joe Mangold.
I'm Marisa Wilson.
And I'm Birchard Allen. Have a great spring break, and we'll see you next time.